As professional comedians and entertainers, Trillo and I feel that we need to weigh in on the Oscars 2022.
We find it deeply disturbing to see how many people are making excuses for what Will Smith did.
Or actually support his actions. What Will Smith did threatens to have a chilling effect on the safety of all entertainers and performing artists.
There's a danger now that it will become more socially acceptable for an audience member to physically assault someone on the stage if that audience member feels that they just don't like the performance.
If they feel offended by something on stage, they'll feel entitled to actually physically attack the artist. This attitude crosses all lines of decency in a supposedly civilized society.
In the case of Will Smith attacking Chris Rock at the Oscars, it's all the more outrageous because the joke that supposedly provoked him into violence was not even offensive when you think about it.
Yeah, think about it. Chris Rock compared how Jada Smith looks to the appearance of G.I. Jane.
Now, I think anyone would agree, if you saw the movie, that the way Demi Moore looked in the role of G.I. Jane was terrific.
That's right. Even with a shaved head, she looked pretty darn good.
Yeah.
She looked tough, badass, and beautiful.
So how is that an insult?
Whether or not Chris Rock knew why Jada Smith shaved her head, the comparison to G.I. Jane was not an insult.
At worst, it was a very mild joke, but more like a compliment.
Chris Rock even said to Jada, he said, "Jada, I love you." Then he said the line about G.I. Jane.
So don't get us wrong. Even if someone does tell a joke that's in poor taste, there's no justification for physically attacking them.
Ever. But the fact that Chris Rock's joke was not even in that category makes the assault on him all the more hideous.
As if that wasn't bad enough, Will Smith continued the bullying verbally by screaming at Chris Rock and twice using the F word.
In front of millions of viewers, including millions of children.
It's on live network television. The producers of the Academy were also at fault for not ejecting him immediately after the assault.
They claim that they asked him to leave, but he didn't want to. He refused. Can you imagine the arrogance, the narcissism of Will Smith to refuse to leave after what he did?
And also the spinelessness of the Academy for going, okay, if you don't want to leave, you don't have to leave.
The spectacle of seeing Will Smith winning a huge award shortly after his assault on Chris Rock
and giving a long-winded, self-serving speech
and receiving a standing ovation
that was beyond surreal
and nauseating.
If you have any question as to whether Will Smith is a bully of epic magnitude, just ask yourself this.
If instead of Chris Rock on stage, it was Rock up there, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, that huge guy.
And if he told the same joke that Chris Rock told,
do you think Will Smith would have gone up on the stage and attacked him? I think you know the answer to that.
I think everybody knows the answer. That's classic bullying.
And so is verbally assaulting somebody.
Yes, he also did that. Screaming at someone in an intimidating manner is a kind of bullying also.
Which he continued to do. Now, Trillo and I experienced that recently in a project we were working on.
Toward the end of post-production.
Somebody started launching into a screaming tirade at us. So, of course, we would never work with that person or associate with him again.
And so this was even worse because Chris Rock actually punched him. Sucker punched him.
Sucker slapped him.
That's right, in that case. So we all know that it's because of his toxic relationship with Jada that he did this.
We all saw how Will Smith laughed at the joke first. And then he saw that Jada gave him the stink eye. So he felt compelled to prove his manhood to Jada because she had publicly humiliated him in the past.
So, but Will Smith is responsible for his actions.
Never mind what kind of toxic relationship he's in.
That's their business. So kudos to Chris Rock for doing a terrific job.
Under very difficult circumstances.
With no support from the Academy. And he must have been in a lot of trauma, emotional trauma.
And physical pain too. So we gained a lot of respect for Chris Rock in this incident.
Not so much for Will Smith.
Let us know your thoughts about this in the comments section below.